everyone, welcome to our next Circle Chat video. Today, I want to introduce you to Miss Lindsey. Lindsey has just joined our team as a employee, not as a parent. So we're very excited to have her. Lindsey is our director in sales and marketing. And today we're going to talk to you about what she does with the company, a little bit about her background, how she found out about Magical Beginnings, and actually, we're going to talk about her enrichment experience too, because we're hoping to utilize that as well. So welcome, Lindsey. Thank you for being here with me today. So my first question is, I just want you to kind of tell me a little bit about yourself. Let us all know, how you started in early childhood and how you ended up here.
All right. Hi, Melissa. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to have just joined the team. And a little bit about me. I am a mom. I have two kids who both went through Magical Beginnings. My son is about to turn 8 and my daughter is 5.5. And I grew up locally in the area. I grew up in Andover and lived there until I went to college and then ended up working there. I studied theater in college. I went to the University of Miami first for a year.
Ooh, fun. I didn't know that about you.
It's a very fun school, but it definitely wasn't for me. I'm a Northeast girl, and I kind of miss the seasons. Yeah. So I transferred back up here and I finished out my studies at UMass, and then directly after college, I started teaching early childhood music. As I mentioned, I studied theater in college, and all growing up, I studied voice and musical theater, and I was a performer. And then in my hometown of Andover, someone I went to high school with had just opened a business, an early childhood music program, and asked me to come teach for her. And that's when I started almost 20 years ago, teaching awesome. Early childhood music. And I fell in love with it. And I taught there in Andover for 12 years. I also became the managing director of that program and helped grow that small business.
This is a perfect role for you, actually.
Yes, I have always done kind of the marketing, sales, management side of businesses, as well as teaching. It's kind of a combination of both. And then when I had my second child, I got a new job in Wakefield, actually in the same building as Magical Beginnings, Wakefield location.
Yes, for a little while, it wasn't the same.
So. Yeah, so I was there for, that's how I learned about Magical Beginnings. And I was teaching there for a while. And then I teamed up with two of my clients there and started a program that's now in Peabody. And I was the children's programming director there, and I also created an original children's music program for them. So
the music program is awesome. You can actually, Lindsey used to post all these videos, so we always get to get a little sneak peek at her music enrichment program, and it was great. The kids loved it.
Thank you, Melissa. Yeah, music is such a part of me, and I believe so strongly in keeping the arts alive, especially at the youngest age. I mean, even as babies, my baby classes were some of my funnest to teach because they were seeing them respond to music is, so important. I know Magical Beginnings uses a lot of music in their classrooms.
Actually, one of my degrees is in art education. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I totally believe in the arts. I can't agree with you more.
Yes, very important. So I'm hoping to bring a lot of that to Magical Beginnings, as well as my marketing, sales, and management experience.
I think we're excited to, have you do that because in early childhood, we already do a lot of the arts. We do singing, dancing, music, dramatic play is like, a form of like theater style, I guess you could say, acting. So I think it's awesome that we have you with that background to like show us some new enrichment programs. So maybe the parents will see some fun things coming in the future,
Yeah, I'm really excited to kind of bring some of that to the schools. Absolutely.
You might just have to teach us some of your songs.
I may be working on a Magical Beginnings original song.
So cute.
to
Actually,
teach the kids.
a while ago, I wrote a dinosaur song and it's still sung. And like every now and then new teachers will sing it. I'm like, where'd you hear that song? They're
That's
like, "You
awesome.
taught me." I'm like, yeah, I wrote that
Oh,
song.
I have to hear it.
So it's just like a little dinosaur song, like a finger play, but it's funny because I wrote that years ago and it's still used in these schools. So like we definitely love stuff like that. And I think everyone can benefit, some people are more artsy than others. So I think having you write some songs and teach them to the teachers, the ones that don't like to write songs will probably be really grateful for it.
I would love that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So, do you want to just tell me a little bit more about like your role at Magical Beginnings? We know you're going
Sure.
to do some of the enrichment stuff, help us learn how to sing and dance, but
Yeah.
about like the sales and marketing side too.
Sure. Yeah. So I'm going to be doing a lot of different things, which I love, kind of throwing my hat in a lot of different places, especially for a business like Magical Beginnings. And, I'm just so passionate about early childhood, and just so, Magical Beginnings, as I mentioned, my kids both went through the program, and I have admired Linda and the program for many years and just how family oriented it is. And um, so I'm gonna kind of help spread the word about Magical Beginnings, especially as we continue to grow as a company and open new schools and new locations.
I'm sure you'll
Just
have your hands full with this new seventh school we'll be opening.
I know, so exciting.
Yeah,
I think I came in at a great time
yeah,
to
you
kind of
definitely did.
start promoting that new school, which is so exciting. So yeah, I'm gonna be help spreading the word, handling some of the enrollment. So if people are interested in our programs, you may find that I'm the first person you chat with, before moving along to the directors and just kind of helping get the information and about our program out there.
Yeah, and you started already with a couple of schools, right? Which centers have you started?
Yep, I've been working with Essex. I've been working with Corey and Essex a lot. She's going to be opening a new classroom this summer and trying to, kind of help out with the enrollment there. And then I'm going to be moving on to, gradually increasing the schools that I work with, for enrollments, in addition to marketing the program as a whole.
We'll give you the larger schools last.
I
Start with the smallest.
actually think Wakefield is next on my list, which is the
Oh,
biggest.
that's a biggest school, so
But it's the one I know the most. That's where my kiddos
it's true.
started. And I know my daughter was in your toddler classroom
Yes,
at the
I
Jumping
had her daughter.
Joey.
And I was an aide when, gosh, we're going back now, but I was an aide while Cody was in the program too.
Yeah.
So I actually worked with both of Lindsay's kids, which is awesome. We like to keep it in the family, and I think with every
Yeah.
video you'll find there's a connection.
I
So
know. It's really crazy, watching the other videos, seeing how long people have been with the company. I was kind of like, "Ooh, I'm a newbie," but I really started my journey with Magical Beginnings 5 years ago when I
yes.
enrolled my kids. And I've
Oh
worked
yeah,
with.
I think you've learned a lot about our program just from actually participating in it, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of neat to have the parent view. I come in, as a client, previous client, so I kind of see that side of things as well.
Yeah, and we do have a couple of staff that has gone through the same journey as you. I'm kind of opposite. I've been here since I was in high school, and now I'm going to be a parent in the group, so I'm kind of excited to see both angles. So,
Yes,
like
that's
I
so
know we're
exciting.
very lucky to have you to help us with all of this. So, especially, enrollment directors would love to have you help us. I know I can speak for all the directors with that because that is time consuming. So it's really good to have an extra set of hands on it too. Uh,
Absolutely. And that's kind of my goal, is to help the team and the directors kind of make their jobs a little bit easier so they can focus on the kids and the families and
mhm.
take something off their plate.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. So I know you've been with us for a while in our program and everything, but what are you most looking forward to about joining the Magical Beginnings family now as an employee?
Well, as I mentioned, I've always been, so impressed with Magical Beginnings and just what a family it is and how long the teachers have been with the company, and kind of that, everyone's always, Magical Beginnings is so good at honoring their employees and just kind of being part of that community. It just feels like a family. And, I've always worked in small business. So this is one of the larger companies I've worked for, but it still feels really family oriented and really kind of close knit, which is something that I love. So I'm really looking forward to getting to know everyone. It's a big staff to get to
Yes.
know, but I'm really looking forward to kind of making those connections myself and just being a part of the team.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that because I know if you know anything about Magical Beginnings, every single director has worked together at some point, and we've all been here for years with the company or since a school opened. And we've all worked in the program, and we all work really close together. So I think that's really what keeps us as a family. And now we hire parents that we've worked with, which is great. So I mean, I've worked with you in the past as not as a parent teacher relationship. So I feel like I know you well. And I think a couple other people on the staff do too. So it really just helps keep that bond and keep that family oriented style that we love at Magical Beginnings. And we hope to keep as we grow, our company. So because sometimes that gets lost, but it has not got lost with Magical Beginnings, and we refuse to let it get lost. So
And
yeah.
that's such a great point. I mean, there's so many companies out there who are seeing so much turnover and in their employment, and to have such a core group and so much staff retention, just it says, says so much about the company. So
Yeah, it's hard in childcare. Staff turnover is a very big topic in childcare right now. So it's nice to hear you say and notice that we don't have a lot of staff turnover, which is great. So
yes,
appreciate
absolutely.
that. Well, we are excited to invite you to the team. We can't wait to see what you do with not only the sales and marketing, but with the enrichment help. So we know that we'll utilize all of your skills here at Magical Beginnings. I feel like that's another thing Magical Beginnings does is they find what skills people have and they utilize them. So we can't wait for you to teach us some new songs. I know I'm excited. So when I journey around the school, I can just sing. But thank you so much for being here with me today and explaining your role and telling us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you so much, Melissa.
All right. Well, you have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
Bye.